Welcome back to another Most Magical 5 video. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Amber. Today we are here to talk to you guys about 12 tips for your first trip at Disney.
Number 1, plan your trip. With this though, I would really highly recommend that you get a Disney travel agent.
Definitely. I will put the link down to our Disney travel agent down below. She's been really great and she does go above and beyond to make sure that we get what we want on our trip.
Exactly. Our first trip, we were complete rookies.
I didn't even want to go to Disney.
She didn't want to go to Disney. It was sort of a spur-of-the-moment trip. We did not give ourselves enough time, but she at least made it easier. And going forward, of course, we've learned a lot more.
Yes.
So that is number 1, plan your trip.
Yes. Number 2 is to make sure that you understand the transportation at Disney. There are so many different ways to get around to the different resorts and the different theme parks, and it's just a lot.
I think a plus of Disney is whether you're driving in or flying in, we have done both. You really don't need any other form of transportation other than Disney transportation. I'm not saying you can't use it, but if you are literally staying at a Disney resort and then going to the Disney parks, there's no other reason.
We didn't get into our car one single time.
Correct. On our first trip, we drove, but we did not get into the car one more time once we parked at the resort.
And you don't need to. You've got the buses, the monorail, the Skyliner now, which we are so excited to try. And then you've got boats.
Not every form of this transportation is at every single resort or park, except for the buses. The buses are still kind of
everywhere. You can get on a bus and you can get
go-to.
wherever you want to go.
You can. The one other thing we want to always talk about is to make sure you give yourself plenty of time with the transportation.
Sometimes it can take much longer than you think it will to get from one place to another. If you have a dining reservation or you have a fast pass that you're trying to get to, that you don't think you can get there in 20 minutes because you probably can't.
As efficient as the transportation is, and it really is, you never really know. On this most recent trip, which was our first couples trip, we were standing waiting to go to Disney Springs and go to eat a quick service for dinner before we went to our after hours. Check that video out. We waited and waited for a Disney Springs bus, and I literally am not lying when I think 6 or 7 Animal Kingdom buses came through. You need to give yourself extra time because you just don't know. And sometimes there are great screens up by the resorts.
What I was about to say.
But sometimes it says, oh, it's arriving at 4:20, and then all of a sudden you've waited 5 minutes and it goes, oh, now it's 4:27.
Nothing we're saying makes Disney trips negative. It's just kind of like a be prepared
Helpful
to just
tip.
wait for a little bit of time ahead of what you think you may need.
Yeah, give yourself a good 10 to 15 minutes extra just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
Number 3, the Magical Express.
So the Magical Express is a bus that you take from the airport to your resort. It's a great form of transportation. It's free and your Disney travel agent can set it up for you. Or if you book your trip yourself, you can just call your resort and they'll set it up for you. But it does take a while. Same with the transportation around the resorts and the parks. So if you are going to a park on the day of your arrival, which we don't recommend because you just don't have enough time. You really need to account for the time that the Magical Express is going to take you to get from the airport to your hotel because it's probably going to be about an hour and a half.
I agree. I think on their website or on the form you get, it says plan for 45 to 75 minutes. Excellent service though. I think it's well worth it. Just understand that it is going to take a little bit longer than you expected.
Yeah. Play really fun little Disney movies for the kids, and it's just a really relaxing ride.
Number 4, free gift cards.
Yes, so we found this out on our last trip, not on our very first trip. If you want to not have your room cleaned the whole time that you're at Disney, they will give you a gift card.
I don't know if this is going to be an ongoing service, but our last family trip, which was September 2018, this was offered, and then we asked when we went on our couples trip in August of 2019, so almost a year apart, and they still had it. That just means they're not going to come in and necessarily clean out the trash, make your bed. You can still get all the towels. If you need more shampoo, if you need anything, you can still get it, but
They just don't do it automatically.
They don't do it.
Now for our full week, we got a $50 gift card for our room. I don't know how many days you have to stay to get that $50, but ours was a week. And then on our couples trip, we got a $10 gift card and it was only a 2-night trip. So I would say ask for it if you don't really care if your room's cleaned, because you're probably not really going to be in your room. And then you can get a gift card and you can either apply it to any of the things that you've purchased, or you can just use it in the parks for fun. Number 5, strollers.
Strollers are really important. If you're driving in, I think it's okay to bring your own stroller, but there are a lot of stroller rental companies down in Orlando. We did use that. It was recommended to us. Very inexpensive. The great thing is you set up the service. They will deliver it to your Disney resort before or on your day of arrival, and they will also pick it up on your day of departure.
And it had like a little thing with our last name on it, because when you go into the parks, there's gonna be stroller parking.
There is.
So you're not gonna just bring your stroller onto the ride with you and set it by the side as you would at like Carowinds or like some other kind of park. There's gonna be stroller parking, and then you have to carry your baby to the ride, or your child
Toddler
or whoever.
or whatnot.
So there's, in the sea of strollers,
Hundreds of
you
strollers.
can find yours really easily because yours has your name on it, and nobody's gonna steal your stroller. Don't worry. I was concerned about that, but honestly, there's so many strollers. Nobody's gonna steal your stroller. They just want to get back to theirs and get back to the fun. Number 6, if that's the right number, because we don't remember.
We're already getting mixed up here.
You can ask a Disney cast member anything.
Anything. And that's at the park, at the resort, at the restaurant. They really want to make this as magical of an experience as possible.
Yeah, they call this the most magical place in the world for a reason, because they will do anything to make you happy.
The first trip we took, we were pulling into the resort, the security guard letting us in, asked some information. He said, "Oh, this is our first time." And she said, "Well, that's great, welcome home." You hear that a lot, and I thought it was really odd at first, but they want it to be as much like home as possible.
The more you go, the more it feels like home.
It does.
It's like the best.
Do not be afraid to ask.
Do not.
Number 7 and number 8, we're going to combine here, but they really go well together. Understanding the Disney Experience app on your phone, as well as Fast Passes, as well as your Magic Band. So with the Disney app, it really is an all-in-one. You're gonna see all your dining reservations, what time they're at. You're gonna see all your Fast Passes, what park it's at, what time they're at. You can really kind of keep hold of everything. You're gonna be walking around saying, what time was our reservation? Where's the next Fast Pass?
Wi-Fi in the park is not the best.
It's not the best.
Like, it really isn't. So sometimes when you're refreshing and you're trying to get another Fast Pass or something, sometimes it doesn't work. There are kiosks all over the park where you can book your Fast Passes, but another really good tip is to take a screenshot of your Fast Passes.
Very good tip.
Because that way you know what they are, and if the site crashes, which it always comes right back up, but if it crashes right when you're trying to do it, to have that screenshot is really helpful.
If you're staying at a resort, you will get a free Magic Band, which you wear on your wrist. That's really going to be your everything. I mean, really, you're going to have a credit card linked up to it. It's your key card to your room. You literally just tap it. It's how you pay for all your meals with your meal plan. Also, for all your Fast Passes. The Disney app with the Magic Band really kind of helps with all the dining and the Fast Passes. So I think it's very important to get acquainted with that.
And before you go on your trip, you can download the app and you can play with it. Like, you can pretend that you're trying to find a Fast Pass and you want to see what the wait times are for a certain ride. Well, you can go on there and look at it any day of the week, any hour of the day. So I would definitely suggest checking out the app and understanding the Fast Passes. And we can do a whole separate video on Fast Passes if anyone would be interested, because it's a whole thing.
Number 10. The dining plan, specifically snacks and quick service.
So there's a lot to know about dining and snacks and quick service. One thing that we didn't realize, which is a really great thing to know from the get-go, is that if you do a quick service meal at your resort, you also get a snack and a drink. This can be a bottle of water, or it can be one of the little bottles of wine or beer if you want. It can be any drink and a snack and your quick service meal without using an extra snack credit. that's more than just a quick service meal.
But you're automatically going to get that. So go ahead and grab that bottle of water or other drink that, Gatorade, whatever you want that comes with it.
Even if you don't want it right then, just get it. Because it's free. It comes
just
with it.
stash it in your bag. That way it's one thing you don't have to buy in the parks. Other big thing about snacks. Please do not use them on things that are just not that tasty. Disney is really offering a lot with the snacks.
Like so many good quality, like foodie foods.
Opposed to getting a bag of trail mix, what about some spring rolls? My go-to, what about some poutine? If you like some poutine and some fries with the cheese curds and gravy.
Ice cream, like luxury.
Good
delicious ice cream.
What about some mac and cheese with some shrimp in it? Oh yeah. It is literally the same thing
as a bottle of soda. Now the price is different, but the snack credits are the same. At all the kiosks, it'll show you, there's a little, and you can see that down below or somewhere around here, wherever she puts it, the little Disney Dining Plan snack logo. That means you can use a snack credit for it. Don't be afraid to use your snacks.
Oh,
on our very first trip, I was hungry. This is a really short story. I was starving, and Jeremy over here is like, don't you waste that snack.
I didn't know.
Because we didn't know any better. And so I was like, you're right, I won't waste it. Okay, at the end, we had like 15 snacks that we didn't even use. So if you're hungry, eat all that you want. You're at Disney World.
That really leads into number 11, which is, how did we find all this stuff out, even though we've really only been to Disney 3 times?
We are YouTube junkies. We watch Disney YouTube videos every single night almost, and we love it. It's so fun. It's super fun to see the new foods. There's great videos about snacks. There's videos about dining. There's videos about riding the rides. There's videos about everything. If you have never been to Disney, watch YouTube.
We would really probably suggest for a first timer, DFB Guide. She has a lot of videos. She updates them. I will say sometimes it's a little repetitive, but she is really good at updating it. And it just has a lot of great first timer tips. And she also doesn't spoil the magic. We cannot stand it when somebody goes, I'm going to go on a ride, and they proceed to video the entire ride.
The entire ride?
Don't do
that's
that.
for you.
Don't
that's for
ruin
you
that.
to enjoy.
If somebody says, we're doing a dining review at X, restaurant, whatever it is, okay, well, let's check it out.
Yeah.
That can kind of tell you, is this going to be good for us? Is this going to be good for our kids?
She was our introduction to YouTube. She was the first
channel
that we watched, that we binged, that we learned about Disney from.
She was. Others that we really like are the WDW Couple.
They're really fun, and they eat a ton of restaurants
Good for dining reviews. Been showing you some interesting tips as well that we picked up from them. I'm not going to pretend that we came up with any of this stuff. I would say, if you just want some fun, we definitely recommend Michael K. His brother Dave K. also does it.
They're really sweet, and they just genuinely
I don't know that anyone loves Disney more than Michael K.
Yeah, and also Mr. Cheesy Pop.
I can't leave out Mr. Cheesy Pop.
Oh, we love
Mr. Cheesy Pop. Mr. Cheesy Pop's kind of back and forth between Disney World and Disneyland since he lives in California, but he has a lot of great Disney World videos.
Fun, guys.
And he's just so fun. A lot of good food reviews as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Leaves us to our very last one, and I'm going to admit, this is number 12. I still am not good at this. I'm not. I'm going to try to get better, but it is.
Number 12 is don't rush. Don't try to do everything. Even if you only get to go to Disney one time your whole life, don't rush. You will be exhausted and the magic will be lost on you. Our very first trip, we were so tired that we came home saying, I'm never going to Disney again. I don't even like Disney. Look at us now. We're obsessed with Disney because you have to just slow down and soak it in, and you have to stand there and look at the castle and not say, oh, I got to go to my fast pass. Just relax. Just love it because it's magical.
Just enjoy it. And that's difficult for me, but I'm trying to learn to slow down myself. Just don't rush. Enjoy it. If you have kids, focus on them. What are they enjoying? All that good stuff. So,
and we need to take our own advice sometimes.
We do. I really hope you guys have enjoyed all of our tips.
Yeah, so be sure to give us a like and a subscribe. We hope to see you back here next time, and let us know if you have any other tips that we missed out on that you recommend for first timers.
Absolutely. Have a magical day.
Have a magical day, guys. Bye.
Bye.